had to sleep with Gordon in this caravan. But you know, we used to get naked in the caravan. Gordon has had this thing in the morning to wake me up. No, seriously, he used to wake me up, and he actually admitted he used to bash his willy on my foot.
Did he?
Yes,
to wake you up?
Every morning he was like, poop, poop, wakey, wakey. I was like, are you for real every morning?
Many celebrities spend years protecting a flawless public image, only to ruin it themselves by admitting things that were way too honest.
Never have I ever sexted. You've sexted? Do you know what that is?
I have used technology for a lot longer than you have, Ellen.
All right.
Told my mother this the other day, and she thought it was hilarious. I said, when I was 15 years old, my first girlfriend cheated on me. I remember making a decision that nobody would ever cheat on me again, and the way I was going to do that is by being the biggest actor on earth. There's been this weird psychology that I've always felt like if my movies are number one, my life is going to work out great.
You shut up.
Sorry, I was just trying to see Shaq's penis. Apologize, and I'm out of here. Please don't tell Shaq this happened. So I see Shaq later on the set. I guarantee that guy ratted me out. So I said, sorry about that before with your security guard. And he goes, I don't got a security guard, that was my dick.
Many celebrities spend years protecting a flawless public image, only to ruin it themselves by admitting things that were way too honest.
Play basketball. We got to get back to the movie set. Shaq has to take a shower. So everyone's like, all right, we'll see you later, Shaq. In my head, I'm like, I got to see Shaq's penis. So I can't pass up that opportunity.
I mean, for historical reasons.
Yeah, it's not a gay thing. It's just like, got to see that.
Yeah.
Shower, I kind of turn around backwards and walk backwards a little. Like
Walking backwards because you want to look kind of...
Like I was going to trick him. Like I just walked backwards and I saw it and I was like, hey, what's up? And I'm walking backwards, doing my routine, getting closer to the shower, and then I turn around and I go, all right, I'm going to see the next thing right now. Bodyguard is there. And his bodyguard is just so strong and big.
This is my livelihood.
Yeah.
And my palate's insured for millions.
Right, well, you just ate bull's penis covered in hot sauce, so you might want to call your lawyer. Okay. You eat a lot of bad food. When's the last time you ate your pants? You are a successful, you are a Michelin star chef, one of the greatest exports Britain's ever had. You are married, you have 4 beautiful children. When was the last time you ate your pants? He's going for it! Oh,
What sounded like a cool idea to Matthew McConaughey quickly became his biggest mistake right before shooting.
Me. So I said, I'm not gonna read this script, Scorpion Spring. I'm not even gonna read the scene. I know the scenario, I know my man, I'll show up on the day and I'll do what he would do. Cut to, I'm on the set of Scorpion Spring, I'm about to shoot that scene. Well, obviously I get a little bit nervous because the PA walks by and says, you wanna check out the sides? And I say, yeah, let me see the sides. I grab the sides, I'm on my mark, we're about to say action, I have a peek. 1 page, 2 pages, 3 page, 4 page, monologue. My guy. In Spanish.
Why you were excited to work with Matthew?
Well, I was a few reasons. I had been a fan for, a while, like many people. And I remember sitting down with Chris. Sounds unbelievable. Who are you going to cast in it? And he said, well, I've been thinking about Matthew McConaughey. And he goes, oh, you think that's a good idea? Have you seen Mud? I've seen Magic Mike. And Chris goes, yeah, well, most people who have seen Mud think that, he's really, really And I'm just like, Magic Mike. Magic.
Was there one celebrity that just, you went on overload? Like that was your big
I lost
celebrity?
my mind one time, and it is the most embarrassing story ever.
Okay.
And I was obsessed with NSYNC when I was 17. I mean, boys liked to kiss me and I was popular. But
Jillian Bell only wanted to make a good impression on Justin Timberlake, but the pressure made her say something nobody expected.
everybody, so I'm just stopping by. And this was my reaction. He walks in and I went, And so now Kristen and Justin are having a conversation, friendly banter. And at the time, MacGruber was coming out.
Right.
And so she had this poster printed out, and they were doing a total bit about like, girl, look at that ass. Like they were just like, look how good you look. So this is when I'm like, pipe in.
Say something.
Say anything. And so they're just like, look at that butt. Yeah, put a penis in that butt.
And I remember saying to no one in particular, can I get 12 minutes? But maybe long enough to go learn a 4-page monologue in Spanish because, hey, I took a semester of Spanish in the 11th grade. Well, it was not long enough to learn 4 pages in Spanish, and I went back and did the scene. I've never watched it, too embarrassed to, but I learned that day you've got to prepare to have your freedom. So I've been a big preparer.
Jennifer Lawrence felt extremely confident about her plan with Seth Meyers, until she found out one fact that made everything fall apart instantly.
I created the romance in my head because I'm delusional.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm doing it. And so I'm getting a costume fitting, and I had this whole plan. I was gonna ask you out, and I was like, I talked to the wardrobe lady about it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna give him my number. And she was like, honey, he's engaged. I was like, cool, good talk. Gave Larry David my number. He never called me. I texted Amy actually the other night because I was, and I wrote to her because I was randomly watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I said I have so many sexual and boyfriend marriage feelings for Larry David. I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
So happy Jennifer Lawrence told you that story. I'm so glad that you have that in your back pocket every single day. You know, the really funny thing is, now one, I was engaged, so obviously I would never have like a flirt radar up. I feel like when I worked at SNL, I never had the bandwidth to flirt with anyone. And so many, even before even when I was single, beautiful, intelligent women came through that show. And I also feel like I was always like filthy. And so it really, I mostly just think it reflects poorly on Jennifer Lawrence's taste.
One night, as you do, we were talking about stuff. And I just happened to mention, and of course, being circumcised, I said. And she said, you're not circumcised. I said, what? I said, that's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised. Of course I am. But the next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor while he was down there. I said, excuse me, oh, by the way, my wife and I had a little disagreement. I am circumcised, aren't I? Because she says I'm not. And he goes, not.
After revealing a personal secret about himself, Sir Patrick Stewart ended up making Hugh Jackman completely lose it, laughing.
You're gonna have to change your Facebook status now.
Yes. No more beef stew.
Let me tell you something. For some reason or another, listen to me, Jezebel. For some reason or another, I hate going. I like shitting before I go in the shower, but I like shitting before I go in the shower. I don't want to take a shower and then walk around with a dirty ass all day. You gotta stop every hour and clean it, and then it gets hot out. So I like taking a shit. The system don't work according to your fucking pussy schedule. So you wash and then you come out. Some days I was taking a shower, and as soon as the water would hit my back, I'd have to take a shit.
Joey Diaz's brutally honest confession made Jessime Peluso instantly tell him to stop talking.
Take off my pants and I take off my underwear.
Oh, man.
And I'm gonna make my way over to her side of the... before transferring from one seat to another and crossing over the panel with a stick shift, make sure you keep your trousers on.
For that part.
For that part,
yeah.
After that, take them off after that.
After the stick shift, yeah.
That was...
Then I went back on the Sunday night. I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry. And then the next day I went into school.
Everyone has had an awkward moment in the bathroom, but Greg Davies almost couldn't recover from what happened that day.
I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time I felt really uncomfortable. I thought something's not right. So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done. And I was wearing my mother's underwear. God, oh no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser. This is such a low point, you fucking loser. And then, Jesus. So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up in the classroom, and I saw one of the hearing impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly.
Bryan Cranston just wanted to create a memorable honeymoon moment, but everything went completely off the rails.
We were in Europe for a honeymoon, and one of the parts of the trip was to go from Switzerland to Italy. And instead of going over the Alps, they said, take the train, and we're going to be in a car. Imagine a flatbed train where 3 cars, bumper to bumper, are on it going through the train. The travel agent said, by the way, the 3rd tunnel is 50 minutes long. I said, we're doing this.
Wow, okay.
Much to my wife's chagrin.
Talk her into it, right?
I said, are you ready to use up 7 calories?
Yeah.
Because that's exciting, and you're on this train. And so we went through one tunnel, and I said, that's one. We got to get to the 3rd tunnel. And by the time the 3rd tunnel, my wife was saying, just get it over with.
I mean, hundreds of thousands of photos, but not of us. 100,000 photos, and then at night he would get online on the dial-up and email them to everybody, and you'd have, and I'm not, 400 or 500 pictures of a blurry meatloaf. Once I grabbed the camera and I went in the bathroom and I just took a picture of my penis.
Yeah.
So I think there's one day, I hope it doesn't happen, but there's a penis picture of mine floating around somewhere.
Well, guess what? Yeah. We found it.
Sometimes secondhand embarrassment becomes impossible to avoid. And Chris DiStefano's father somehow creates that feeling everywhere he goes.
Look at my pops, you know? He's the definition of a guy, my father, who doesn't give a f***. He just doesn't care at all. And I was in a pizzeria with him, and I saw Steven Tyler, and everybody was like, oh, that's him. And my dad was like, I know who that guy is. Yeah, everybody does. He goes, yeah, guy. He goes, I gotta say something to him. I was like, Dad, please don't say anything to him. He goes, I gotta say something to him, Chris. He's napkin blotting the oil off his pizza. So that's a sin. He should get punched in the face for that. And he walks up to me, he goes, yo, Bon Jovi. Don't napkin block the oil off your pizza, you loser. And he was like, I'm Steven Tyler. He goes, you suck. And just walked away. He goes,
and so I make a bet with my buddy. I'm probably 17 years old. I say to him, I'll bet you $1,000 that someday to ask his wife out on a date. I said, listen, I made this bet with my buddy. You're a cool guy. You're gonna let this go down, right? And he looks at me, he's like, and I'm like, you're the coolest guy I've ever met in my life, right? And so I asked her, and she turned me down. I'm not making this is reality, not fantasy.
No, it was reality that I wanted to ask Janet Ellis from Blue Peter out. Never happened.
I don't know. I remember I was telling you guys that one time my freshman year, I didn't take a shit for a week and a half. Because I wouldn't say shit to nobody. And on the way home, we got on the bus. And while we were waiting there, my stomach started hurting.
The kinds of moments that make most people cringe with embarrassment. Joey Diaz proudly tells like trophies.
Fart, Joe Rogan. That was so bad. Right? We were on a bus and people started running, the school buses? People started running to the windows, right? But here's what gets better. I farted again. And the teachers were going, oh my God, he's changing flavors. But the worst thing was the cheerleaders were crying. That's how bad it smelled. They were sitting in front of the bus going,
wait a minute, changing flavors.
One of the teachers yelled out, oh my God, he's changing flavors. How bad these farts were.
That's your next t-shirt. Oh my God, he's changing flavors.
I'll never forget looking at the cheerleaders and they were like, oh my God, we've never smelled like this before. It was fucking. A lot of people don't like to audition. I like to audition, and I'll tell you why. I did how I got How I Met Your Mother?
I didn't even know you did it.
Yeah, if you watch the episode, you're like, Joey, you're an extra. I'm an extra. You know why? Because I went into the audition, I had no underwear on. She goes, get up to read. When I got up to read from the scene, the fucking thing got caught in the hole in my pants and my dick came out. All 3 women sat there and I go, did you see the egg roll? And then I lost them for sure. As I was walking down the street on Fox, my phone rang. My agent goes, go back. You didn't even read. I didn't even read, and they called my agent and said, we love this guy.